Hello and welcome to your third tutorial on HTML. Today our main topic will be hyperlinks and images. Links can take you to other pages or other sections of your web page, and so we use the A tag as it's the main tag which defines a hyperlink, and its most important attribute is the href attribute. So we're going to write A and then href, and we're going to write an equal sign, 2 quotation marks. And so let's insert a link. We're going to type in HTTP just to get the destination right, and we're going to write colon 2 slashes and google.com. So you can write whatever URL you like, and just in between we're going to write text. So this is a link to Google. And so now let's save and refresh our page. And as you can see, it's now in purple as I've already visited it. And so if you're familiar with this, a hyperlink is usually blue, and when you visit it, it's purple, and when it's active, it's in red. And so as you can see, I clicked on it and it works perfectly fine. Let's go back to our code. So just for you to have a better understanding of this, let's make an unordered list. And so that is the UL tags. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in UL, and we're going to close our UL tag, and we're going to write the LI tags inside, and we're going to make another href tag. So let's write LI, and inside of it let's write an A tag, href. And so let's go into our folder and let's search for a file. So let's say empty.html for example, and let's edit it with Notepad. And so just to make it a little bit different, let's give it a background color. So in our body we're going to write BG color and an equal sign, and let's also give it the color red. And as you can see, the name is empty.html. So in our file we need to insert that link, so we're going to type in empty.html, and yours can be any name that your file is. And let's also close our A tag and let's add some text. So for the first one we added this is a link to Google. Let's delete it and let's write external link, and for the second one we're going to write internal link. And now let's close our A tag, and let's also close our LI tag. And now when we save and go back to our web page and refresh it, we'll get these two links. And so the external link is basically a link to Google, and the internal link is a link to my file. So as you can see, it works perfectly fine. And here's my red page. As you can see, I have BG color set to red, and yeah, it works perfectly fine. So next up, let's move on to creating a bookmark. Let's go back to our page, and so basically to create a bookmark, so like a hyperlink in our web page which will take us to a specific section, what we need to do is just exactly in our UL tags, make some space, and we're going to type in another LI tag, and let's just write text, and let's close our LI tag. And so we need to duplicate this a bunch of times just so we get a scrolling in our web page, so you can see exactly what's happening and what we're doing. And so make a lot of LI tags, so maybe, I don't know, 60, 70. And so we're going to go back to the top, and what we're going to do is we're going to add 3 more LI tags, and we're going to give them different names. And so for the first one we're going to write LI, and we're going to write top, and we're going to close our LI tag, duplicate this twice, and change the second one to middle, and we also need to change the third one to bottom. So these are indicating the sections of our web page. And so let's just save and refresh, so you see our web page just before the hyperlinked sections. And so here we go, we have the top 3 named differently to the rest, and we have scrolling now. And so we need to add in hyperlinks for the top 3. So for top, what we're going to do is we're going to give it an A tag, and we're going to write href, and we're going to write a hashtag top. So this will indicate that it needs to be at the top. And let's close it, and let's also close our A tag just before the closing li tag. And so close it just before the closing li tag, and we need to do the exact same thing for middle and bottom. However, we change the values to middle and bottom with hashtags, don't forget. And close your A tags. So now when we save and go back to our web page and refresh, we get them as hyperlinks. However, when we click on them, nothing will happen as we haven't set the sections where they need to be. And so for that, what we have to do is we have to insert, let's say, the top one at the top of our code, the middle one in the middle of our code, and the bottom one at the bottom. So let's start off with top. So now what we're going to do is we're going to write in an A tag, and we're going to write ID. So we're giving an ID attribute to our A tag, and we're going to write an equal sign, and let's write 2 quotation marks, and inside it let's write top, so it indicates that it needs to be at the top. Let's close our A tag, and let's do the same thing with middle and bottom. What we're going to do is we're going to select an area where we want the middle, and so let's say row 26. What we have to do is we just have to write in an A tag ID middle. And let's close our A tag, and let's do the same thing for bottom. So let's put it just at the very end, and so it's the exact same thing, we just change the value. So A ID equals sign 2 quotation marks and bottom. Close your A tag, and here we go. When we now save and refresh, we should get our result. So refresh, and so when I click on, let's say, bottom, I will be taken to the very bottom of my page, and when we click on anything else, so middle, I'll be taken to the middle, and if I click on top, I'll just stay at the top, as it just gets rid of the top margin. And yeah, this is how we add in hyperlinks to get to sections of our page. And so let's continue. Let's go back up to the top of our file, and so in the first A tag, let's add in another attribute besides our href attribute. So just after your URL, you're going to type in target, and so this is basically the target location, if you know what I mean. And so we're going to give it the value. First of all, let's add in an equal sign and 2 quotation marks, and let's add in the value underscore blank. So as you can see, it's the external link, and it has the href google.com, so it's the exact same thing basically, it can open blanks as well. So when we click on it, we'll be taken to a blank Google page. And so let's close out of this now. And so now let's close out of this, and let's move on to the second part of our video, which is adding images. And so go ahead and search for a picture, and go to Google or whatever, and just search for any picture that you would like. So programming for me, and let's go to images, and just choose whatever picture you like. I'll choose this one's fine, I guess, and let's save the image, and you can save it to your desktop or your folder. And by the way, what we have to do is we have to save its link, so copy it. And so let's go back here, and I have the imgsrc tag, So images are defined by the img tag with the src source, and it doesn't have a closing tag, by the way. And let's paste our link here. Paste. So it's programming languages to learn for WordPress featured image.png. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add in, so when we save and refresh, we get this huge picture on our page, and we can obviously change its size, and we can give it some other attributes, and we'll learn. And yeah, and so let's add in another attribute to our img tag, which is the alt attribute. And type in alt, and we need to write in an equal sign and 2 quotation marks. And so basically what this does, it creates an alternate sort of text for your image. So let's say your image wasn't going to show, it will show this text. So I can write this is an image, and let's say I got rid of the png, and so let's say it doesn't work, I will get this is an image instead of the actual image. So it's like alternate image in text form, basically. And yeah, we can add in another attribute as well, but however, let me just add png back. And so instead of alt, we can also type in the title attribute. So let's get rid of the alt and type in title. And so basically this is extra information on our elements. So we can write title equal sign and 2 quotation marks. And so if my picture was about programming, I could write something like, this is a picture of different programming softwares or something. And so I'll type in programming language, for example, language. And so when we save our file and refresh, and when we hover over our picture, we'll get our extra information sort of thing. And yeah, as you can see, it says programming languages. And as you can see, my picture is really huge, so I can give it some attributes like width and height. And so just in the img source tag, I can type in width equal sign 2 quotation marks, and I'll give it 200 for width, so 200. And let's also, and so values are basically specified by pixels. So if we add in some more height, and so if we add in height to this, it will look horrible as the quality will be really bad. And so let's say we want to make our image a link, so a hyperlink. We need to go back to our file, and when we go back to our file, we can type in another href attribute, another a tag with a href attribute, so just next to our body, and we can write http:// and let's give it google.com. And so here now, when we save and we refresh our page, and when we, as you can see, it's clickable now, and when I click on it, it will take me directly to Google. And so that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.